Hey guys, welcome back to another video and welcome to the channel. If you're new to this channel, this is NEA Racing. So we're going through this wheelbase from Fanatec, which I've had for almost over a year, and we're going through the 5 things that I hate. Hate is a strong word, but hate / dislike, and 5 things that I like about this wheelbase that came as a bundle with the steering wheel. That's the reason why I have this right here. First things first, let's talk about stats, and we're going to talk about 2 things before I go into my dislikes and likes. First thing, the stats. The most important thing most people want to know about wheelbases is their power output, or their output when it comes to torque. And this has 25 Newton meters of torque. It's the top tier wheelbase from Fanatec. It's the DD2, and at the time that I bought it at the bundle price, which it came with this and the steering wheel, and it was about $17.99, and plus tax it was all about $1,900. Right now, currently, if you go to the Fanatec website to get a DD2 wheelbase only, it's selling for the price of $1,499.95. In other words, $1,500, $1,500. That's the price for just the wheelbase with the QR2 connection. That's pretty much it. Still boasting the same 25 Newton meters of torque, and yeah, but currently they don't have any bundle on their website where you can buy this and the wheel and a steering wheel at a discounted rate. Let me just let you guys just get a view of what this bad boy looks like. The steering wheel, all the buttons and rotary connectors. Give me a second. I didn't think this through. So you see all the buttons right here, all the buttons, the rotary buttons and all that fun stuff. The steering wheel has from, if you watched my previous video where I was going through all the things you need to get, in terms of like your sim hardware, you would remember seeing this steering wheel, and you can tell it has paddle shifters at the back and everything. The quality is really good. It's not the best looking in the market, but it is really good. Now I would bring into context some other brands that sell something similar in terms of power output or torque output, and eventually at the end of the day, when I tell you my likes and dislikes, it will help you decide whether you want to buy this or you want to go for the other brands, and I'll tell you what my recommendations are at the end of this video. So stick to the end, stick to the very end, and hopefully you get an answer for what you want to get for your next sim build. And sorry if I keep looking up and looking on the side. That's where my feedback video is coming from, so I can see if it's recording. And right here, down here, my dog is just walking around because I'm talking to no one. So apart from Fanatec, there were 3 brands I was looking at. Well, I wasn't looking at them when I was buying them, but when I was looking to buy Fanatec. But there are 3 brands that come to mind when it comes to competitive pricing, and if you're getting your money's worth when it comes to value for money. And those company names are SemiCube, Asetek, and Moza. Now for the SemiCube, they have a wheelbase, which is the SemiCube 2 Pro, which has the same 25 Newton meters of torque. They have a bundle which is out of stock, which is just the wheelbase and the steering wheel, which currently on the website was going for $2,544.10. And for the current wheelbase price is $1,379. $1,379. For the Acertec, the wheelbase that comes close to or is the same with the Fanatec is the Acertec Invicta wheelbase, and if I'm not mistaken, that wheelbase is 27 Newton meters of torque, and the current price for that wheelbase is $1,359. And they actually have one of the best bundles in the market currently for their top tier wheelbase. And what you're getting for their bundle is a wheelbase, a Forte Formula style wheel, and their Invicta pedal set, which is just the throttle and the brake. And that price brings it up to $2,344.99. So pretty much $2,345. That's what you're paying for that bundle set. For Moza, they have a wheelbase that's not up to 25 Newton meters of torque, but it is the R21 wheelbase that has 21 Newton meters of torque. And there is currently no bundle, but Moza, in my own opinion, has one of the best looking steering wheels in the market, because they have a steering wheel that actually has a display on it that gives you all your information, unlike the other company brands that I just mentioned, where you actually have to like here you can see on my wheelbase, I have a connector here where I connect a DD1 right here to give me more information, simply because what you get on the little tiny, let me move this aside, the little tiny display over here just shows you your gears, pretty much your gear, and that's it, and your speed. That's it. And there's a little display here that just shows you your settings. If you have the high torque input, if you put the high torque key, that lets you access the full torque of the wheelbase. But that's pretty much it when it comes to display of this wheelbase. So let's go through the 5 things that I don't like about this wheelbase. I do have a list. I'm a professional. I always have a list. Yeah. So that I don't go off point, off track. First hate that I have about this is the size. And someone's gonna say, really, the size? It has this much torque, definitely has to be this big, and I understand. But still, it's something that I don't like. It's the size. It's something it's actually really long. You can see how it is, and when you're fitting this into your cockpit, you have to make sure that it doesn't hit your monitors and all that stuff. So the size makes it really uncomfortable to always remove and put back, especially making this video. The second thing that I don't like is the weight. This boy is heavy. Let me show you next. You can't really tell from me lifting this, but it's heavy. It's heavy, and I'm not trying to exaggerate me like doing for the video. It is heavy. So imagine when you're trying to adjust the tilt angle or something, or you're trying to unscrew it out of your cockpit, and you have to actually hold under of this wheelbase with one arm while you're trying to unscrew it from your cockpit. You understand why this is something I don't like. It is heavy, but I do understand the reason why it is heavy, the electric motors. But with technology, once technology grows, people find ways to make things lighter and still be able to be as strong as they were in the past. Second thing is the position. Third thing, my bad. The third thing I don't like about this wheelbase is the position of the on button, which is all the way at the back. Let me turn it. Let me turn this and show you guys. I don't know if you guys can see this, but this little thing here is the on switch. This is the on switch. So imagine you've set up your cockpit and you're trying to on. You've set up your sitting position relative to your monitors. You don't want to mess anything up. You actually have to sneak your hands through to find the on switch. And eventually, if you do find it, it's not something that it's something you have to get used to after a couple of days. But eventually, like once you know where the switch is, you can just easily go. But it was something that was like, man, why couldn't the switch just be in the front, or I could just press it right in front of me and it comes on? It's all the way at the back. The fourth thing that I dislike, so actually, is the position of this display right in the front of the wheelbase. If you can see, there's a display right here. There's a display right here. And what that display gives you is information on, just basic information on your wheelbase, if you have the torque key on and all that other information that you need. But the thing about this position is when you mount your steering wheel to your cockpit, most people are comfortable with tilting the wheelbase just a little bit to the point where this steering wheel is covering the display. So you actually have to get up from your seat or stretch to actually see what this display is showing you. And with this mounting that I just put for a DD1, is almost like literally I can't see anything. I have to like sneak, just try to get to just see if when I put on the wheelbase, if it's registering that I put the torque key at the back of the wheelbase. Yeah, and that's it. And then the fifth thing, which I've already mentioned, is still the weight. Yes, the weight. I've said it before, and the reason I'm saying the weight is because I ran out of things that I don't like about this wheelbase. So forgive me. Yes, I ran out of things that I don't like about the wheelbase. But the main thing I hate about this wheelbase is the weight. It is way too heavy, and I recommend that if you're not too strong and you want to mount this wheelbase on your cockpit or rig, please get someone to help you hold the stuff while you screw it in, because sometimes if it drops and you mess up, and if it drops and you damage this, that's $1,500 gone, unless there's a warranty that covers that. But I don't know if the warranty covers you damaging it yourself. So please, if you want to get this and you want to mount it, make sure you find someone who would help you mount this rig. Now, it's not all bad. Let's go to the 5 things that I love about this wheelbase. Number 1, profile. And when I say profile, it's built. You have up to 5 different profiles you can save on this wheelbase. And the reason why I say something that I like is if you have a girlfriend, a wife, friends, or co-workers or whatever who come and drive on your sim, you can have your own profile saved and have theirs saved, so whenever they come and they prefer the steering wheel softer or something, you don't have to change your settings. You just switch it to their profile and they get to drive the way that they want to without you losing your actual settings that you enjoy when you're driving with your wheelbase. That's number 1. Number 2 that I like is the ecosystem. Literally, if you look at the back of this wheelbase, every single thing, if all your hardware, like when it comes to gear shifters, pedals, and all that fun stuff, is Fanatec. It's all easy to connect every single thing on this wheelbase. It's pretty easy. So you don't even have to connect all that stuff to your computer. Having too many connections going to the computer. Everything goes to your wheelbase. And as you can see, all here, these are connection ports for my gear shifter, my handbrake. If I was running the Fanatec pedals, they would all still go here. And now my dog is asking for attention. I think tell it what you want. I'm making a video for these people. I'm making a video for them. They need to know all this. Give me 1 minute, okay? 1 minute. Let me just be done with this. Okay. So the ecosystem was one of the reasons I bought this wheelbase. And yes, most other brands have this same ecosystem running. Acertec has a brilliant ecosystem. I don't know about other brands because I don't use them. I use the Acertec pedals, and I see what their ecosystem is like, and I feel it's a really good brand when it comes to ecosystem. I know that SimiCube should also be doing the same thing, and the same thing with Moza, but Fanatec has a really good ecosystem and it works fine without any issues. It's one of the main reasons I actually got this, and it's still the main reason I like this wheelbase. Number 3 is the power and the reliability. It's 25 Newton meters of torque, and I know that there's a lot of cooling that's going into this, and hence the reason why the size is the way it is, the weight and everything. And in my honest opinion, despite the fact that I don't like the weight and the size, I understand the functionality. Hey, calm down. I understand the functionality of it being as big as it is, and it's being heavy, and it's the power output and the reliability. I've had this for, like I said, over a year, and I've been in situations where I've actually done races that lasted for like 2 hours straight non-stop. I was racing for 2 hours straight, and this didn't even bug or have any issues at all. It was just running straight up. Every now and then when you're driving, you're on the straight, you hear the fan like cooling, and the fan's speed kind of feels like a little bit of vibration coming through the steering wheel. But once you apply your brakes, make some turns and everything, and the fan stops like going on the high RPM, everything stabilizes. It's just doing its cooling thing, and that's why I really like this wheelbase. Number 4 is the quality. I can't say, for those who have Fanatec, even from the time I used the belt-driven wheels, the CSL Elite, the quality was something that just made me fall in love with the brand. The quality is really good. The paddle shifters, they have this beautiful click sound. Hear this. Amazing. And then the switches. You see what I said about the weight? Yeah, the weight. But the switches, they have a nice clicking sound. The click sound is just good. Here when you turn the switches, well, this rotary buttons these rotary knobs don't actually have any sound to them, but the main ones that have sound have this nice clicking sound. The quality is good. The finishing is good. You don't have any edges that you feel like, oh, someone just skipped what they were supposed to do. No, everything feels smooth. The quality is nice. And this steering wheel, even though I drive with it for some while, once you just clean it up, everything just looks brand new. So the quality is something I really like about this brand. And the final thing I love about this Fanatec brand is the resale value. When I had the CSL Elite wheelbase, which was like the PlayStation entry level wheelbase, when I was ready to upgrade, I wanted to sell my old setup and then get to what I have right now. And literally when I put my wheelbase, steering wheel and pedals in the market, offer up you know, I got a buyer the next day. Like I got a buyer the same day that I put it online, and the dude came the next day and bought it for the exact price that I asked for it. Yes, my price, I always have a good competitive price. So when people come and I give them like a good price, especially for a brand that I know is really hot at the time when I sold it, the dude was like, "Oh, can I?" I'm like, "Hey, I have other buyers," and the dude instantly bought that wheelbase with the steering wheel and pedals. The same thing with my next level racing cockpit. I got a buyer, was instant, but the main fifth reason, and which is very important for those who don't like to stay with a particular product for a very long time, these wheelbases actually have good resale value in the used market. If you want to sell it, you can instantly find a buyer who would buy it for you at a reasonable price that you wouldn't feel like you lost too much money. So those are the 5 dislikes or 5 hates and 5 things that I love about my wheelbase. I hope this was beneficial. I hope this was helpful in you making your choice in buying your next sim gear. And until next time, guys, or wait, as always, if you liked this content, if you liked this video, and if it was very informative, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so that each time I post a new video, you will get notified and you get to get more information on whatever it is that you're looking for. If you have questions, more questions about this wheelbase, or questions about what route you should take or what you should buy for your next sim gear or whatever it is, please do not hesitate to hit me in the comment section, and I will always respond to those who comment and ask questions. I'll always respond. But until next time, guys, thanks for watching this video. Thanks for supporting NEA Racing. Peace. Hey guys, just I remembered that when I was recording the video, I told you guys that I would tell you what option I'll pick in terms of wheelbase and steering wheel if I was to be in the marketplace looking for a wheelbase steering wheel options. And for me, it's a no-brainer for me in terms of price point and what you get for your money's worth. The Acertec Invicta bundle set is pretty much the best because it has more torque than the rest of the wheelbases at 27 Newton meters, and for less than 2500 you're getting a wheelbase, a steering wheel, and a set of pedals. That's pretty much almost everything that you need in your sim. The only thing that you'll be looking for after getting that bundle is pretty much your wheel, your cockpit, and your seat. Then monitors and the rest. But I mean, like, for everything that is going to just sit on the cockpit, you already have that. So for me, my honest opinion, like I've been saying, honest opinion. But if I was to be in the marketplace, having used the Invicta pedal set and seeing how good it is, I would, despite the fact it's not the best looking steering wheel in the marketplace, I would go for the Invicta bundle set simply because it, of all the top tier companies that we just went through, which is Moza, Simicube, Fanatec, and then Acertec. Acertec seems to be the one company that gives you the best bang for your buck. So if you're looking to get a wheelbase steering wheel, that has a good ecosystem, I highly recommend going Acertec Sim Sports. Despite the fact that I'm very happy with my Fanatec, Acertec Sim Sports is the one I would choose if I was looking to buy a set of pedals, wheelbase and wheels. So yeah, thanks guys for watching one more time, and you have a blessed week. Peace. The struggle is real. again. No, I'm not. You do all of this and get 2 views.